It's February 8th, 2025, and I'm proud to be part of the very first cohort of PBA-X. Yay! I want to introduce you quickly into the topics we covered and give some feedback as well as recommendations in case you are still deciding if you want to be part of the next cohort. Let's first get a quick overview of what the course is. It's a 4-week online blockchain course. This includes video lectures, live lectures, QA sessions and quizzes. Although their website suggests a commitment of about 6 hours per week, I found myself dedicating closer to 15 hours weekly in order to keep up. But to be fair, I always felt like I needed to run an extra mile. Fortunately, I have great endurance. Lastly, the course costs, as of today, $100. The course breakdown. Let's get a quick overview into what the course exactly covered. We've got Introduction to Cryptography, Economics and Game Theory for Blockchain, Fundamentals of Blockchain, Introduction to Polkadot SDK, Polkadot Protocol Overview and Blockchain Governance. Here's my personal feedback. First of all, I didn't participate in the social events, and there were a few of them, but I was quite busy during this time. That's something I cannot comment about. Thus, if you are a PBA-X alumni and you have participated at the social events, please see it as your calling to contribute for the future generation and drop a comment below. Write about how the socializing part of PBA-X was. With your help, the future generation of potential PBA-X alumni can make better decisions. Nevertheless, here are a few points I believe could make PBA-X even better. First of all, we've got visuals and interactive enhancements. We had often video lectures with the lecturer speaking in front of the camera, like I do right now, and another format where the lecturer illustrated the concepts on, I think, an iPad or some digital whiteboard. I think a combination of both would be great. The lecturer explaining a concept and simultaneously illustrating it, for example. This would make it easier for me, at least, to understand the concepts of what it is being talked about right now. It would make it more engaging and illustrative. So secondly, unique examples and exercises. What I really liked already at school is worksheets or some PDFs where you could consolidate your knowledge and test if you really understand what's going on. So I had this feeling that a lot of the material was reused from the Polkadot documentation, but crafting more unique examples and more unique explanations. And then these worksheets where the students would try to solve them, and if they wouldn't understand, they could go to either courses and live lectures or to the Polkadot documentation and have a look and then try to solve them. This would encourage for deeper, more independent research and knowledge. QA session dynamics. We had 2 QA sessions per week and I felt sometimes rushed. Overall, it was great that we had the opportunity to meet live and then ask questions. Brilliant. But what often happened is that we had, for example, a QA session on Monday evening, and on the next day, on Tuesday afternoon, we had the next QA session. And obviously, if your questions got answered on Monday, it's very unlikely that you have questions already by the next day. And it felt a little bit redundant. It might be, I think, more effective to spread them more evenly throughout the week to ensure a better distribution of discussion and engagement. Furthermore, some folks who hold the QA session felt like they had not enough expertise. Maybe the reason was the language barrier because English was their second language, or they have just to practice explaining stuff better. I don't know. What was good though was that if the question didn't get answered properly, they encouraged one to either by themselves, or you could always go to Discord, ask you questions, and there were at least a few people in the Discord community who could answer your question and give you a good explanation. That was brilliant. Next one, technical depth in governance module. There was one module, the governance module, and it could benefit, in my opinion, from a deeper technical dive. It lacked it, at least compared to the other modules. Also, there was a comment which raised some eyebrows. What I don't like is constantly hear political opinions of other people, at least not in such a setting. In this example, there was a lecturer who veered into commentary about Elon Musk not censoring X. For a technical course, staying focused on the mechanics of governance might serve students better. Then lastly, the website. The website, like everything that needed to be there to provide a good course, was there. Videos loaded quickly, you could navigate through the course and quizzes worked as they were expected to work. Everything great. There's potential for some benefits, and as far as I understood, they are already planning the work, develop platform to tailor it more towards the needs. But there was one issue in particular I like to talk about, and instead of just talking, I'd prefer to show it to you because it will be much easier to see than to explain. We have got, so let's say modules is the root. Here we've got all our modules. We go to Introduction to Cryptography, so that's the second layer. We have Cryptography Principles, third layer. And now we go to Cryptography Overview, fourth layer. And now I would like to go back to see all the cryptography lectures. But as you can see here at the top, it's not that easy. Either we go to Cryptography Principles, which is a sub part of the whole cryptography module, or we go to modules. So always when I wanted to see all lectures about cryptography or some other module, I had to go to all modules first, then go back to Introduction to Cryptography, and then I could scroll through the course. Here are my suggestions. If you are a developer and you already know some basic stuff about blockchain, definitely go for it. The investment of $100 are totally worth it. If you have no technical background or you are totally new to blockchain, it might be a little bit overwhelming. Be prepared to put a significant amount of work into it in order to cope with the material. But if you're up for the challenge, yes, sure as well, go for it. Finally, our special shout out goes out to Maciej Żyszkiewicz, who holds some lectures. You could really feel his passion and deep knowledge, and that's exactly what students need. Combined with his clear and engaging delivery, made it a pure pleasure to listen to him, and it really pulled other people into this direction, and they were thrilled to listen to him and about technology in general, because he could really pull them, or at least was for me the case. If you are a PBA-X alumni, I would be greatly interested what your weekly workload turned out to be. Please write it in the comments below. Thank you for listening and tuning in, and I hope I could help you a little bit to make a decision if you want to join the next PBA-X cohort and listen here to my review.